Heart Mantra of Luang Pu Hong, of Surin Province. Suwa Hong, Luang Pu Hong, was born in Tungman Village, Prashart District, Surin Province. Born into a farming family, young Suwa Hong has been an intelligent, diligent, hard-working, and respectful boy who helped in the paddy field daily. When he was 18, his mother requested him to ordain as a Sammanan, a novice Brahmsorn. He was ordained at Wat Pechaburi, and his name was given as Brahma Panyo. A bizarre incident occurred 3 days after he was ordained. While sitting under a tamarind tree, an older woman and a young boy approached him and asked this newly ordained monk to teach Dharma. He wondered who they were, where they came from, and why they asked me to discourse on Dharma. But unbeknownst to him, a miraculous incident changed his life forever. However, novice Brahmsorn replied, "I have just been ordained only. I cannot teach at all." Novice Brahmsorn remained still. The strangers, however, pleaded insistently, saying, "Young Venerable, why don't you recite the Namaskara, a recitation to offer salutations to the Buddha, 3 times? You can do that, can you?" He thought about their words and started reciting Namo 3 times. Brahmsorn began to deliver a speech explaining the Dharma immediately after that. Remarks on the teaching of Lord Buddha just flowed out of Brahmsorn's mouth eloquently like an experienced master. After the talk on Dharma, the older woman bowed, thanked Novice Brahmsorn, and bid their leave. Novice Brahmsorn thought of this astonishing incident for a moment, then he turned to look at the couple, but strangely, they had disappeared. Bewildered, young Novice Brahmsorn immediately related this incident to the abbot. When asked what this strange incident was, the abbot was very impressed and explained that such an occurrence is called Thambandhan, a Buddhist miracle. The heritage or destined Dharma gave him this miraculous ability. He studied the Tripitaka diligently and steadfastly practiced the ways of Dharma. Soon he was ready to seek out more knowledge the world has to offer. In 1937 the rural side of Thailand was filled with dangers of bandits and wild animals. Monk Brahmsorn wandered across the countryside, giving Dharma teachings to small hamlets with no temples. Luang Pu Hong was exceedingly diligent in his studies of the Dhamma. 3 months after being ordained, he traveled into the country for merit-making and seeking to learn from other teachers. Luang Pu Hong also acquired knowledge of Wicca from various masters during his Tudong travels. He traveled to many places to study Wicca, especially in the graveyards of the Kukan area in Changwat Sri Saket, infamous for being the land of black magic. During these travels, he undertook ascetic practices and adhered strictly to the doctrines laid out by the Buddha. Luang Pu Hong possessed much esoteric knowledge, such as Mahasene, love spells, and Kong Krapan Chatri, invulnerability spells. His knowledge of which Comb kept him safe and sound. He also traveled to Cambodia, where he became well versed in dark arts, receiving tutelage from renowned necromancers. Even though he undertook ascetic practices alone, he always emerged unscathed, despite the forest's many perils, like injuries. And he has also been attacked by wild animals, illnesses such as malaria, demonic attacks, or malnutrition. There are many miracles by Luang Pu Hong's supernatural powers. During the war in Cambodia, there is a bomb dropped on the village he was there. Miraculously, the bomb did not go off due to the robust Maha-Ud powers displayed by Luang Pu Hong. After that incident, the villagers held him in awe and tried their best to get him to stay. The villagers would lie down on the ground and request him to step on their backs whenever Luang Pu Hong entered the village. They believed that Luang Pu Hong was an Arya Sangha and that allowing him to walk on them would bring them great blessings. He always taught his followers to develop compassion in their life by giving generously. Once, when Luang Pu Hong and his apprentices were about to retire for the night, they saw a vast, venomous scorpion crawling onto his bed. They were horrified and worried that the scorpion would hurt him. One of them tried to get rid of the scorpion when they heard Luang Pu Hong exclaim, "Do not harm it. Let it go. That being has come to bid farewell to me." The disciples left the scorpion alone. When dawn broke the next day, the apprentices discovered that the scorpion had died on the exact spot where it had stayed that night. There were also legends about how Luang Pu Hong could communicate with animals. His immense compassion toward animals would cause them to crowd around him without causing harm. There were even cases where a snake and a rat would be in his presence without harming each other. Due to his old age, the sight in Luang Pu Hong's eyes was fading. During an accidental encounter, a snake spat venom into them. Not only was Luang Pu unharmed, but the poison restored his sight. Close disciples of Luang Pu Hong understood that the venerable monk was a Phayanac in his previous life and theorized that the snake could have been a spiritual being that came to his assistance. Luang Pu Hong, having attained great Visha, magical arts, from his years of practice and research, created many sacred artifacts and amulets for the people. Luang Pu Hong was also a community leader, spearheading projects such as building bridges, dams, and wells. He always taught his followers to develop compassion by giving generously. Luang Pu Hong passed away peacefully on 5th of March 2014 at age 97. Now let us chant the preliminary prayer. Before chanting to any Thai Buddhist statue or amulet, first chant 3 times of this initial mantra. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Buddhassa.
Namo Tassa Pak-ja-kat Arahato Samma Buddhassa. Namo Tassa Pak-ja-kat Arahato Samma Buddhassa. Namo Tassa Pak-ja-kat Arahato Samma Buddhassa.
This heart mantra of Luang Pu Hong is said to be recited 9 times continuously. The following heart mantra chanting is recorded and repeated 3 times to help you practice the pronunciation tutorial. This mantra can be recited if you carry any Luang Pu Hong sacred items. Just think of Luang Pu Hong when chanting and ask him to grant you good efficacy from his holy thing you are wearing.
Na-mo-puttaya Nama-pa-ta Jak-pat-ka-sa Pak-ja-kat Na-mae-tit. Na-mo-puttaya Nama-pa-ta Jak-pat-ka-sa Pak-ja-kat Na-mae-tit. Na-mo-puttaya Nama-pa-ta Jak-pat-ka-sa Pak-ja-kat Na-mae-tit.
Luang Pu Hong protective amulets are famous in Southeast Asia. There are numerous stories of lives saved in traffic accidents, fires, assaults, robberies, and other dangers when those people happen to be wearing or possessing Luang Pu Hong's holy items.